This is the BMW iX1, the pure electric version of BMW's new X1 model. Now the X1's been around for a little while. We know that it is the company's smallest SUV, but it is still out there offering really decent practicality in a sort of family crossover SUV package. So it has got high expectations on that front. And, well, it should, because this pure electric one costs from £52,500 in the UK, so it's not a cheap car. I would add that that is very much on a par with rivals like the Mercedes EQA and the Audi Q4 E-Tron, so it's not like BMW sticking its neck out on that front. These cars are just expensive now. So this flush grille that you've got here is one of the defining features of the iX1, and you also get the sort of little blue highlights that are also a good telltale sign of the electric models in the BMW range. I don't know that I would say that the iX1 or any of the X1 models are particularly pretty. I think they're quite distinctive, I suppose. I mean, BMW's styling language is a bit divisive at the moment, but I have to say I think that the X1 is it's pretty understated. I don't think it's offensive. So on that basis, it's expensive, it's powerful, but the range looks pretty decent. So let's find out what it's like inside.
The iX1 gets a healthy 500-litre boot space with a small cubby for storing your cables. There's no storage space in the nose of the car though, as you get with rivals like the Tesla Model Y. As for rear seats, there is a good amount of headroom and knee room, but the floor feels quite high, so those with long legs can feel a little bit uncomfortable.
I'm going to start by talking about the interior of the iX1 because I think this is a pretty special place actually, and I think in this class I think maybe the EQA is kind of up there for the kind of ambience and general finish in the cabin, but the iX1 is really, really lovely. I particularly like in high-end specs you get this nice wireless charging thing with ambient lighting all around it. It looks really lovely. Of course, operating system 8. Now we saw this first in the BMW iX. The iX1 also gets it complete with this really nice curved screen, complete with touchscreen infotainment there, and you've got your variable driver's readout on this screen here. It works really well. Now you do not get a rotary control for the infotainment system as you do on the older iDrive systems. Instead it's all via this touchscreen, including the climate control, which I know some people might not be a fan of. What I would say is that BMW's got the controls for the climate permanently visible. They never disappear no matter what you do on the screen, and it's really easy to reach. The screen's kind of right there. You've got configurable shortcut tablets on the home page. You've got really decent nav system, pretty much the best graphics you can get. Apple CarPlay, wireless Apple CarPlay I should say, Android Auto. I also really like the fact that in the iX1 you can manually set the battery to warm up so that it prepares itself for rapid charging. The maximum you can get is 150 kilowatts via the CCS input, which means you're looking at 10 to 80% battery in roughly 30 minutes, or 150 kilowatts normally gets you 100 miles of range at best in kind of 15 minutes, something like that.
Real-world range could be as low as 160 miles in sustained motorway driving in cold weather, while warmer weather and slower speeds could see you exceed the claimed range of between 257 and 252 miles.
How does it drive? Well, we're talking about 308 brake horsepower here, 2 electric motors of course for permanent four-wheel drive on this xDrive 30 model. BMW gives me very stony faces and won't tell me if they are going to do longer range single motor models, but I would put money on it because Mercedes have done so in the EQA, so I think we will see that happen too. The xDrive 30, well, it's rapid, so you're talking about just over 5 seconds to 60. It's got masses of straight line pace, lots of grip. The four-wheel drive system works really well, that xDrive system. And it's quite entertaining as well. There's a boost button here, so you pull that and you get 10 seconds of maximum power, and that's when you get the sort of near 5 seconds 0 to 62. I still don't like the chunky, really chunky BMW steering wheels. I'm sorry, I don't understand why BMW insists on putting really big steering wheels and everything, but the steering feel itself is fine, nicely weighted, lots of confidence. It's just not really the properly involving kind of fun EV experience that you might have been hoping for. A Jaguar I-Pace still handles better than the iX1, I have to say, but the little BMW here definitely really kind of confident and unflappable and fast. All of the iX1s get adaptive dampers as standard. In the UK they're only going to be available in X-Line and M-Sport trims. The ride comfort, higher speeds, pretty good actually, even over some fairly scruffy country roads, but lower speeds it just picks up the kind of higher frequency surfaces, so it could definitely be a little bit better on that front. Generally I think it's fine. There's also a one pedal mode. If you want it, you can stick it into that with the B mode down here. That kind of works well around town. Maybe I'd like a bit less wind noise at higher speeds. I'd like a slightly softer ride at slower speeds, but other than that, there's not really a lot to criticise. In the context of other premium EVs like the EQA and the Audi Q4 e-tron, well, I think the iX1 is right up there.
Don't forget to head to cargurus.co.uk for a whole host of fantastic used cars, and we will even tell you if it's a good deal or not. Please do like the video, subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel, and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of our videos.